Hello everyone, Earl Henderson, Primordial Defense. Thank you for watching. I have another Monday quarterback video for you. I'm going to play the entirety of this video and then I'll go back and talk about things that were done right and or that I think that were done wrong. This particular video comes from the Denver Police Department and it was posted on the Denver Police YouTube page. The video they posted is 37 minutes long. There are multiple body camera views within this video, and there is a lot of background explanation being given by their public information officer or the person who's tasked with doing this presentation. So the video itself is pretty long. So if you want to skip through some of the stuff in the beginning, understandable, but there's a lot of good explanations given in the beginning of the video, kind of explaining, where people are and stuff like that. So I wouldn't skip a whole lot. But without further ado, here we go.
Hello, my name is Matt Clark, and I'm a lieutenant in the Denver Police Department's Major Crimes Division. This critical incident debriefing is intended to provide you with information regarding an officer-involved shooting that occurred at 1540 North Meade Street in Northwest Denver on September 12, 2020. You are about to see relevant video footage and learn about other evidence and police procedures related to the case, so you have an understanding of the details of this incident. The use of deadly force by a police officer demands a thorough investigation be completed. The Denver Police Department is committed to ensuring a full and timely investigation of these serious incidents. This allows for a comprehensive examination of the officer's actions to determine compliance with state statutes and department policies. In accordance with legislation passed in 2015, the investigation of police shootings in Denver are conducted by a multi-agency investigative team made up of members from the Denver and Aurora Police Department homicide units, as well as the Denver District Attorney's Office. All critical incident investigations are actively monitored by the Office of the Independent Monitor. A word of caution. The images and information you are about to see may be disturbing. When a police officer uses force to arrest a suspect or defend against an attack, it can be graphic and difficult to watch. In addition, there may be strong language used by those shown in the video. Viewer discretion is advised. On Saturday, September 12, 2020, around 4:05 in the morning, Adams County Sheriff's Deputy Marcus Knight was in the area of the Circle K convenience store at 5810 North Broadway. At the time, Deputy Knight was in full uniform and was driving a marked Sheriff's Department vehicle. Deputy Knight observed a white Ford Explorer with no license plates parked in the convenience store parking lot. He also observed a male who was later identified as 33-year-old Christopher Escobedo sitting in the driver's seat of the vehicle. Based upon his experience, as well as his knowledge of the recent activity in the area, Deputy Knight suspected the vehicle may be stolen. As Deputy Knight continued watching the vehicle, a female exited the convenience store and entered the front passenger seat of the vehicle. Deputy Knight communicated his observations of the vehicle to Adams County Sheriff's Deputy Matthew Tran, who was nearby. The Ford Explorer was driven out of the parking lot and then southbound on Bannock Street from 58th Avenue. Deputy Tran was directly behind the vehicle as it continued southbound on Bannock Street. Deputy Tran, who was also driving a marked Sheriff's Department vehicle, activated the emergency lights on his vehicle to initiate a traffic stop, based upon the Ford Explorer having no visible license plates. Mr. Escobedo slowed the vehicle, but continued rolling southbound for nearly a quarter of a mile before stopping in the 5300 block of Bannock Street. Deputy Tran exited his vehicle and began approaching the Ford Explorer when Mr. Escobedo rapidly accelerated away, continuing southbound on Bannock Street. Deputy Knight was still in his vehicle and began pursuing the fleeing vehicle with his lights and siren activated. While in pursuit of the vehicle, Deputy Knight observed Mr. Escobedo present a handgun out the driver's door window. The gun was initially pointed in the air. Mr. Escobedo quickly pointed the firearm in the direction of Deputy Knight and fired the weapon twice.
7, you just hold a gun out the window at me.
Copy. Gun. All right.
I'm trying to notify Denver, please.
Copy, notifying Denver 48.
7-1, we're east on 48th. 70 shooting at me, shots fired.
Shots fired, 48.
7-1, shots fired.
Shots fired, 48.
The vehicle pursuit continued for 14 minutes, with speeds reaching 90 miles per hour at times. During the pursuit, Mr. Escobedo fired his handgun at the pursuing deputies in the area of 48th Avenue and Fox Street, near Federal and I-70, and possibly while driving on 6th Avenue. At 4:17 a.m., the Denver Combined Communications Center received a 911 call from a female in the passenger seat of the white Ford Explorer. During the brief call, the female frantically advised the call taker that the pursuing deputies needed to back off or the driver was going to shoot her. Mr. Escobedo can be heard yelling in the background of the call. The female passenger related she did not know who the driver was.
I'm actually in the car that the cops are chasing right now. And he's got my vehicle.
Where are you at?
He's gonna shoot me.
Where are you at?
He's saying to back off or he's gonna shoot me.
Where are you at? I need to know where you're at.
I don't know. I'm on a highway, but get out. You back off or he's gonna
Do you
shoot
see
me.
it, Dawn?
He's saying to back off.
We have... Who's chasing you? Who's chasing you?
Police are.
If the police are chasing you, why are you not pulling over?
I'm not driving.
You're not driving, so who's going to shoot you?
The driver of the vehicle. I don't know who he is.
Okay, what kind of vehicle are you in?
He's just telling me back off, please. No!
What kind of...
Deputies considered deploying tactical vehicle intervention techniques to stop the pursuit. The deputies were cautious in their distance they kept from the vehicle because of Mr. Escobedo's willingness to fire at the deputies. In the area of 14th Avenue and Sheridan Boulevard, an Adams County Sheriff's deputy deployed stop sticks, which made contact with the front and rear passenger tires of the Explorer, causing both to deflate. Mr. Escobedo lost control of the vehicle as he was turning onto eastbound West Conejos Place. He struck a parked vehicle, and the vehicle became disabled on the north side of 1540 North Meade Street. When the pursuit ended, there were numerous officers from the Denver Police Department and the Adams County Sheriff's Office present. The female quickly exited the vehicle through the front passenger door and appeared to be trying to move toward one of the Denver police officers. Mr. Escobedo quickly followed the female out of the vehicle through the same door. He grabbed the female, put a handgun to her head, and started dragging her into the backyard of 1540 Meade Street. Officers and deputies quickly surrounded the residence, containing Mr. Escobedo to the backyard. The backyard of the residence was dark, so officers and deputies used flashlights to illuminate the portion of the yard where Mr. Escobedo had taken the female. Though not completely visible, the officers recognized the male was behind a large bush on the south side of the residence. Officers began giving commands for Mr. Escobedo to come out and to drop the handgun.
Denver police, drop the weapon!
Denver Police Officer Thomas Moen assumed the primary role of giving commands. This made certain that only one person was providing clear direction to Mr. Escobedo.
You need to listen! Come out right now! With your hands up!
Officer Moen attempted to de-escalate the situation by working to verbally engage Mr. Escobedo and gain his compliance to peacefully come out from the bushes. The officers moved back to a safer position while making contingency plans and obtaining shields for additional ballistic protection. After approximately 1 minute and 15 seconds, the female and Mr. Escobedo emerged from behind the bush. The female had her hands raised in the air. Mr. Escobedo was positioned behind her, with his left arm around her neck and chest, and his right hand holding a handgun to her head. The two slowly walked eastbound through the backyard. Officer Moen continued to attempt to de-escalate the situation and gain voluntary compliance. While officers were in the backyard of the residence, there were also officers and deputies in the Lowell Meade Street alley, which was on the east side of the residence. From this position, Adams County Sheriff's deputies Tran and Corey Engel were able to observe Mr. Escobedo and the female hostage through the gaps in the privacy fence. Deputy Engel was armed with an M4 SWAT rifle, and Deputy Tran was armed with his duty handgun. Deputy Engel and Deputy Tran were concerned the situation was deteriorating and believed the female hostage was in immediate danger based upon Mr. Escobedo's actions and statements. Both deputies fired their weapons at Mr. Escobedo. After these shots were fired, Mr. Escobedo dropped to the ground. The female hostage was freed and quickly moved away from Mr. Escobedo towards officers. Officers and deputies positioned in the backyard and in the alley observed Mr. Escobedo continue to move on the ground with immediate access to his firearm. Deputies Engel and Tran fired additional rounds from their position in the alley. Deputy Knight and Denver police officers Shane Madrigal and Ramsey Zaranda fired multiple rounds from their duty handguns while positioned in the backyard. All officers stopped firing their weapons when they believed Mr. Escobedo was no longer a threat. Officers and deputies immediately approached Mr. Escobedo and began rendering aid. Paramedics quickly responded to the scene and determined Mr. Escobedo was deceased. The female hostage was assessed and found to be uninjured physically. She cooperated with the investigation. Following a police shooting, any officers involved in the incident are separated and assigned to a supervisor once the situation is stabilized. Involved officers remain in the company of the assigned supervisor throughout the initial investigation of the incident. During the scene investigation, 58 shell casings fired by the officers and deputies were recovered from the backyard and alley area. While processing the Ford Explorer, investigators noted the rear passenger window was broken out. 4 spent .45 caliber shell casings and a bag with .45 caliber ammunition were recovered inside the vehicle. In the backyard near Mr. Escobedo's body, investigators recovered a .45 caliber Springfield XDM semi-automatic handgun. The gun was loaded with a live round in the chamber and 5 rounds in the magazine. 2 additional magazines, each loaded with 13 rounds of .45 caliber ammunition, were also recovered near Mr. Escobedo's body. The route of the pursuit was searched by investigators. In the area of 45th Avenue and Federal Boulevard, 3 spent .45 caliber shell casings were recovered. A toxicology report revealed the presence of methamphetamine, amphetamine, morphine, and fentanyl in Mr. Escobedo's system. All officers assigned to uniform patrol duties in Denver have been issued body-worn cameras. These devices are generally worn at chest level by patrol officers and are capable of recording both audio and video. Prior to being activated by the officer, the body-worn camera maintains a 30-second video buffer. Once the officer activates the camera, the 30-second buffer video is captured and the camera starts recording both audio and video. It is important to note that a body-worn camera captures a general perspective of what is in the camera's view. However, this footage may or may not be what the officer actually saw or perceived. At times, an officer's movement or hand positioning may inadvertently block the camera's view. Additionally, the camera may not capture light in the same way as an officer's eye. Here is the relevant raw body camera footage that was captured by the involved Denver police officers' body-worn cameras. The Adams County Sheriff's deputies involved in this incident were not equipped with body-worn cameras. Again, viewer discretion is advised.
South. That way.
Drop the fucking gun! They're behind the gun. Still going that way. Still going that way.
Are they going south, Tana? I dropped my radio, John. Where's he at? In this backyard, I'm pretty sure. Hop this fence right here. Hop this fence. Hop this fence.
Just push out. Just
Hold on, blue on blue. Just back up, back up. It's way back there. In here, in here.
What's the address here?
Please don't shoot me.
Denver police, drop the weapon.
One person talk right now. We don't need 18 people talk. He's on
Hey, I'll talk.
talking. Go ahead.
Hey, this is the Denver police. I need you, hey, you need to listen. Come out right now with your hands up.
Listen. You guys need to back off and I'll let her go.
Come out right now, sir.
Back off and I'll let her go. Please don't shoot me.
No, we're not backing off. Hey, everybody back up. He's got a gun, yeah? Back up. Back up. Everybody back up. Hey, stop moving. Stop moving right now. Do not move.
You guys back off.
Hey. Back up. Back up. Back up. Get some cover over here. Pull some cars up.
Hey, pull the car up.
Pull the car up.
House locked
Pull the
up.
car up. Everybody back up. Back up.
With you, Knight. Let's go.
Come on, back up. Move back. Move back. We need a shield. Somebody's got a shield.
And pull your car up here.
Somebody get a shield. Hey, go around. Hey, sir. Hey, you're not. This is not what you want to be right now. The best thing for you is to come out with your hands up.
Slow, get your hands up. Give me your hands.
Back up. Watch. Right here. Right here. Back up, Shane. Back up, Shane.
Shane, pull back.
Hey, drop your gun right now. This is the best thing for you, dude. I'm telling you. I'm telling you right now, bro. You need to, hey, listen to me, bro.
I'll fucking blast myself too, bro.
Listen to me. Hey.
Ceasefire, ceasefire.
Shots fired, shots fired, shots fired.
You good?
Yeah, I think so.
On me. Ready? Yep, let's go. Down.
Somebody get gloves on. We got him.
Secure the gun. We got the gun secured.
I got gloves, I got gloves. Move.
Everybody okay?
We're good.
Holy shit.
Thank you very much, guys.
All right, buddy.
You got an ambulance code 10? Yeah.
I'm gonna check you, okay?
Okay. I don't think I got shot. I think I'm good. Yeah, I think I'm good, man. We moved up.
Everyone's good. Is everybody okay? Yeah. Thank you.
Watch out for the gun behind you guys. You guys randomly stand by with us. Shoot. No. Did you shoot, Tommy?
I did not shoot.
All right, we got 2 shooters in Denver. Yeah. All right, come with me. You know, Benny?
Are you good, Tommy?
Yeah, bro. That was wild, dude.
Did you get hit?
No.
I saw you fall back, bro.
I did, yeah, because
I don't know where that shot went.
that was
I don't know
crazy.
where that went either. I heard it. Obviously.
Someone got through the car.
Hey, bro. Hey, back over there in that field, my fucking radio came out.
Okay.
Will you go look for it?
Yeah, we'll get it.
Fuck. Hey, he's still breathing.
All right.
He's still breathing.
CPR? Let's just give him CPR. Yeah.
Start CPR. Take the chains off. Where's the gun at?
The gun's right here.
Okay.
Just help me out. If you take the chains off, I'll do CPR.
Give me some light.
All right, buddy.
Yeah, I got you.
You're gonna be all right. Let's go.
Give me some light real quick. Let me move this out of the way farther. Okay. Nothing else on him, right?
No.
Give me some light real quick. Give me some light.
Was the girl okay?
That's good.
Yeah, that's good.
Hold on. Pull his arm out. Pull his arm out.
No, I don't think it's.
Keep going. Keep going. Keep going. Don't stop. Just keep going. Keep going. Keep going. Sorry.
All right.
Seat secure.
Scene secure.
Drop the fucking gun! Behind the bush.
He's got a hostage.
Still going that way. Still going that way.
Going south, Tanner?
Where we ended up at?
All right, you good.
What's
Fuck's he at?
16th and Lowell.
Where's he at?
We've got him at gunpoint.
15th and Lowell Mead. Car stay off there unless you're there.
Hop this fence right here. Hop this fence.
Run it, go.
He's on the courthouse, Canejos and me. I got one with a gun. He's got a gun to the female's head.
Guns to the female head. Car stay off there unless you're there.
We're on a crossfire.
So he has a long gun. That'd be helpful right now. Watch your crossfire.
What line of fire? What?
Drop the fucking gun!
What's the address here? Hey, Denver police, drop the weapon! One person talk right now. We don't need 18 people to talk. Hey, I'll talk. Hey, this is the Denver police. I need you, hey, you need to listen. Come out right now with your hands up.
Line of fire is to the east as well.
Right now, sir.
Does anybody have eyes on?
No, we're not backing up. Everybody back up. You got a gun, yeah?
We're communicating right now.
Back up. Back up. Everybody back up. Hey,
Line of
stop
fire is
moving.
in the alley,
Stop
rear of the
moving right
house,
now.
to
Do
the
not
east.
move. Hey! Back up. Back up. Back
Hey,
up.
Shane, back up.
Pull some cars up. Hey, pull the car up. Hey, let's get this house locked down, too. Everybody back up. Back up.
House on fourth.
Move back. Move back.
Meet at Canejos.
Hey, go get
1540
Somebody got a shield. And pull your car up.
1540
Somebody get a shield. Hey!
Hey,
Sir! Hey, you're not. This is not where you want to be right now. The best thing for you is to come out with your hands up.
slow, get your hands up! He's
Your hands.
Please, you guys
Watch. Right here. Right here. Pull back. Shane, pull back. Hey, Trey, drop your gun right now. It's the best thing for you, dude. I'm telling you. I'm telling you right now, bro.
Who's got the rifle?
You need to, hey, listen to me, bro. I fucking blast myself too, bro. Listen to me.
Gun. All right, let's step up, secure that gun. Go. Get her. All right, hey, down. Somebody get gloves on. We got him.
Secure the gun.
Get gloves on. Get gloves. Yeah, it's right here.
I got gloves.
Someone get gloves.
Move. Everybody okay?
Yeah.
Everyone's set.
Officers are okay.
Suspect down, all officers
All right, buddy.
okay.
You got an ambulance code 10?
Yeah.
From the ambulance coming, code 10. Code 10. Male party, not conscious, not breathing.
I got shot. I think I'm good.
They're on their way, code 10.
Cuff him.
In the backyard of 1540 B.
Yeah, I think I'm good, man. We moved up.
Everyone's good.
Is everybody okay?
Yeah. No one's hit.
Awesome, guys. Thank you.
Is he dead?
Yeah, he's done. But we'll wait for the ambulance.
Yeah,
You guys are clear to come on from the west side?
all right. Come on back a little bit. Denver shooters.
Right here.
Right here. All right.
Do you shoot?
No,
Did you shoot, Tommy?
I did not shoot.
All right, we got 2 shooters from Denver.
Yeah.
All right, come with me. Watch your step if you're. Yeah, there's all kinds of stuff all over his casings. Everybody watch where you're going.
Seems secure.
Clear, car got shot. Got 2 shooters. More than likely.
Show me your fucking hand!
Drop the fucking gun!
What's the address here?
Hey,
Denver police, drop the weapon!
one person talk right now. We don't need.
Hey, see if you guys can push forward.
Hey, I'll talk.
He's talking.
See if you can push further back and actually see it.
Police, I need you. Hey, you need to listen. Come out right now with your hands up. Listen. You guys need to back off and I'll let her go. Come out right now, sir. Back off and I'll let her go. Please don't shoot me. No, we're not backing off. Everybody back up. He's got a gun, yeah? Back up. Back up. Everybody back up. Hey, stop moving.
Hey, I'll push back once they push back.
Do not move. You guys back off. Hey. Back up. Back up. Back up.
Shane, back up.
Cover over here. Pull some cars up. Hey, pull the car up. Everyone's get this house locked down too. Everybody back up. Back up. I'm with you, Knight. Let's go. Come on, back up.
Hey, keep going.
Move back. Move back.
Hey, move it. Go get Knight's shield out of his car now.
Somebody get a shield.
Pull your car up here.
Somebody get a shield.
Yeah, I can't see anything either.
Yeah, yes.
I'm gonna go get.
Hey, sir! Hey, you're not. This is not what you want to be right now. The best thing for you is to come out with your hands up.
Phillips, can you back up behind this barrier?
Bro, get your hands up!
Hands up.
Show me your hands!
I've got my hands up, please. Please don't
Back
shoot
up. Back up. Back up.
Please, you guys,
Watch.
please don't shoot.
Right here. Right here. Back
Please.
up. Shane.
You guys
Back up.
back off and let her go. Please don't
Hey, drop your gun right now. This is the best thing for you, dude. I'm telling you. I'm telling you right now, bro.
Please,
You need to.
don't
Hey,
shoot.
hey, listen to me, bro.
I'll fucking blast myself too, bro.
Listen to me. Denver 416.
Ceasefire! Ceasefire!
gotta step up, secure that gun.
On me.
Go.
Yep, let's go.
Get it. All right, hey,
He's down.
somebody get gloves on. We got him.
Secure the gun. We got the gun secured.
Right here.
I got gloves. Move.
Everybody okay?
Everyone's set.
Officer, okay.
Suspect down.
All right, buddy.
You got an ambulance code 10?
Yeah. Denver 46300. Confirm that we added an ambulance code 10. Male party, non-conscious, not breathing. Several gunshot wounds. I think I got shot. Yep. Got a mag in the back there.
In the backyard of 15 feet.
Yeah, everyone's fine.
All right.
Hey, we got that gun right
Watch
here.
out for the gun behind you guys here.
Watch out.
Somebody stand by.
Hey,
with
John,
us.
watch this gun. Don't step on this.
Come on from the west side.
All right.
Hey, want to step on back a
Four
little bit?
Denver shooters.
Right here.
All right.
Did you shoot?
No.
Did you shoot, Tommy?
I did not shoot.
All right, we got 2 shooters from Denver.
Yeah.
All right, come with me.
Watch you.
Denver.
19.
Denver 151 Charlie, we are eastbound 17th, crossing Grain, speed is about 60. It looks like they have at least 1 flat tire.
Eastbound 17th into my mark, reporting.
Yeah, they're going eastbound. Now we're just about switching.
66 miles per hour, passing Lincoln.
Denver 151 Charlie, southbound Osceola from 17th, approximately 30.
Osceola, 17 miles per hour, 420.
Back eastbound on 16th, approximately 30 from Newton.
420.
Southbound Meade from 16th, still low speeds, approximately 25.
20.
Southbound.
Get on the ground right now!
I got you.
Nope, southbound.
Watch out. That way.
Drop the fucking gun! They're behind the bushes. They're still going that way.
Are they going south, Tana?
Hey, is that him up there?
Where's he at? You see him? Where's he at?
I'm with you.
All right, we're here.
Where?
He's
right behind the bush.
We're at 16th and Lowell Mead. We've got him at gunpoint.
Come out with your hands up! Come out with your hands up! Crossfire!
Yep. If somebody has a long gun, that'd be helpful right now. Watch your crossfire.
Hey, I got a big ass shield in the back of my K9 car if you want to grab it.
All right, we're good. Hold up. Line of fire's west.
Drop the fucking gun!
What's the address here?
Hey,
Denver police, drop the weapon!
one person talk right now. We don't need 18 people talk. He's on the lead. He's talking.
See if you can push further
Hey,
back.
this is the Denver police! I need you, hey! You need to listen!
Come out right now with your hands up.
You guys need to back off and I'll let her go.
Come out right now, sir.
Back off and I'll let her go. Please don't shoot me.
No, we're not backing up. Hey, everybody back up.
Okay.
He's got a gun, yeah?
We're communicating right now.
Back up.
Yeah, guys,
Back
push
up.
right,
Everybody
push
back
right.
up. Hey, stop
right.
moving.
I'll
Stop
push
moving
back
right
once they
now.
push back.
Do not move.
You guys back off.
Hey. Back up.
Keep
back
talking,
Up.
keep talking.
Back up. Get some cover over here. Pull some cars up.
Hey, pull the car up.
Pull the car up.
This house locked
Pull
down
the car up.
too.
Everybody back up.
Yeah, I'm with you, Knight.
Let's go. Come on, back up. Move back. Move back.
Hey, Lubick, go get Knight's shield out of this car now.
Pull your car up here. Somebody get a shield.
They're grabbing my big ass one.
Yeah. Yes.
Hey, I'm gonna go get a long gun.
This is the Denver police.
They're talking to him.
Somebody get gloves on.
Secure the gun. You got the gun.
I got it.
Move. Everybody okay?
Yeah.
Everyone's set. All officers are okay. All officers are okay. Suspect down.
Somebody.
All right, buddy.
You got an ambulance code 10?
Yeah.
Denver 462, Henry. Confirm that we had an ambulance code 10.
They've got one. They've got one. Scene secure 16050.
Yeah, I think I'm good, man.
All right. We move. Yeah.
The Denver District Attorney's Office will review the details of this incident and determine if the officer's actions were in compliance with Colorado law. After the District Attorney renders a decision, the Denver Police Department's Internal Affairs Bureau and Conduct Review Bureau will complete an administrative review of this case. The details of the case will be presented to a Use of Force Review Board, which is made up of community members and police command officers. This board will determine whether the actions of the Denver police officers were in compliance with the high standards expected of every Denver police officer related to policies, training, and tactics. For additional information regarding the investigation of critical incidents or the Denver Police Department's use of force policies, you may visit denvergov.org/police. Thank you for taking the time to view this critical incident briefing.
All right. So that was a long video. Lots of material to go back and cover. And you've already watched 30 minutes so far, so I don't want to talk a whole lot. The video, so there's more videos from Denver police, and I just came across them. At time of recording, today is September 22nd, and I just came across these yesterday, and they've got quite a few videos up. Now, the way I do my videos is I've actually got right now on the queue list for YouTube, I've got videos scheduled to release up until like October 4th or something like that. So I've got quite a few videos that are already done. They just haven't come out yet. So I try to make sure that I have a video come out every day. But I'm starting to find so many of these videos that I'm probably gonna have to start releasing some of these a lot sooner. So I don't know exactly where I'm gonna have this one fall into the list. I might go ahead and release this one sooner, and then the other ones from Denver I may somehow slide into different days, or they may come after October. But when I found these, what's the word I want to use? I don't want to say something out of context. I was kind of intrigued by these videos that came from the Denver Police Department. They're completely unedited. Well, at least visually, they're unedited. I can't remember if there was any audio muting or audio beeping or not. But as far as visually, they don't censor anything. And there's no little blur dots or blur boxes over the victims or anything like that. They show it all. And I like that. I don't think that, any of that stuff should be blurred. It's all open records, and it's all should be available to the public to see. And the videos themselves, I liked how that they put these videos together. I think they did a really good job in explaining the entire thing, and then also providing adequate video, and just the overall presentation and makeup of the video. I like it pretty well. And really, going back to the unedited part, I was kind of surprised with, Denver. I mean, I always kind of associated Denver being a lot more liberal kind of place. I would have figured, they would have blurred the whole video out, but they didn't. So there's that. But anyway, like I said, I'll have some more of these Denver videos coming out. I just don't know exactly when yet. I gotta figure that part out. So as we know from watching the video earlier, I'm gonna go in this freeze frame. All right. So over here to the left, where you see the cursor moving, direct left, there's a fence. Not this fence that's behind them, but there's a fence directly here to the left, and that's an alleyway. There was a couple officers on this side of the fence over here that you cannot see. They were on the other side of it. One had a pistol, one had a rifle. That first shot you hear is that officer shooting through the fence with his rifle at this guy, and he hits him. If you happen to skip through some of the beginning of the video, that's where that first shot comes from, is one of these officers in the alleyway shooting through a gap in the fence. That's a pretty good shot. I mean, this is a hostage shot. None of these officers from this angle view with their pistols, I don't believe, would have been able to make any type of accurate shot. No hostage rescue shot. If one of them had attempted, she surely would have been shot. And I don't necessarily believe that she's actually a hostage anyway, based off the beginning of the entire video. You see them at the gas station, and the guy is already in the car, and then she's inside the store. She walks out of the store and gets in the car and goes with them. I myself tend to believe that 911 call she made claiming to be a victim and a hostage, I think that was just a ruse. I think they were trying to throw the police off and get them to hang back and stay away. And I think this right here is just another ploy to try and buy some advantage, trying to get away from the police. I really don't believe that she's an actual true victim or hostage anyway. But in the moment, even if she's not, a real true hostage, she's just, acting as a voluntary body shield. Using deadly physical force against her is not warranted. So if they would have fired and missed and hit her, that would have been bad, even though she's complicit in this. So, and that maybe could be argued a different way. But with the way the laws are set up, it would be hard to argue down the road of saying that since she's involved in this and is willfully acting as a voluntary body shield that, she's the same as him. It would be hard to argue that. Now, if the laws were, the wordings were a little bit different, yeah, I would support that notion. If someone is voluntarily being a body shield, then hey, you know what? You bought your meal ticket too. But there's no way to actually prove that, So that would be a very, 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 very slippery slope because you wouldn't be able to prove it. It's obviously a whole lot easier to prove when the person has a gun in their hand that they're, a threat or whatever. But anyway, so officer over here in the fence area or behind the fence area fires that one round and hits him. Now, where exactly he hits him, there's no information about that. I would have been a lot happier if they would have provided some more medical info. And overall, with all these videos, the autopsy results, I think that, that would be some good information to have, talking exactly where the wounds and everything are, but they just don't do that.
Hey, listen to me, bro. Listen to me.
So I'm thinking it hit him somewhere high up in the chest area, maybe in around the neck area, possibly. He's still able to move. At first, he has a kind of a shock reaction to it. He falls down and starts kicking. But he's still got that gun.
Hey, listen to me, bro. Listen to me. Shots fired, shots fired, shots fired.
When I first watched this, I thought, holy shit, this sounds like a damn machine gun shoot. Not really. But, I mean, the amount of rounds fired, I was like, holy hell.
Hey, listen to me, bro. Listen to me. Shots fired, shots fired, shots.
So we see this guy immediately doing a reload. I like that. Let's see if I can bring it back just a little bit. It does not appear as though his slide is locked to the rear. He is just going ahead and doing a tactical reload because he knows that he has fired some rounds. He might not know how many rounds are left in the gun. He might have to fight some more. So he's putting another magazine, a fresh magazine, into the gun. That's always good. Anytime that we have to fight, we need to obviously fight. And once we're done fighting, we assess the target, scan, look for more bad guys, and then we top off. We need to go ahead and top that gun off. That way, if there needs to be some more fighting, we've got a fresh magazine in that gun.
Shots fired, shots fired, shots fired.
Now, this particular officer, the guy who fell, I don't know why he fell. From some of the other camera views, the one person does appear to almost fall over something in the yard. So I think this is one of those properties where the owner or the tenants they got a messy yard and there's a bunch of crap laying around. So, and it looks a little unkept. So I think he just kind of lost his footing and went down.
On me. Ready? Yep, let's go.
Hey, down. Somebody get gloves on. We got him.
Secure the gun. We got the guns.
Here.
I got gloves. I got gloves.
Move, gloves.
Move.
Everybody okay?
We're good.
Yeah.
Holy shit.
Thank you very much, guys.
All right, buddy.
So we see a big gaping wound right here in his arm, and we'll see this later in a couple seconds when there's some more light there. He also appears to have a large wound on his neck area right in there.
I'm gonna check you, okay?
Okay. I don't think I got shot. I think I'm good. Yeah, I think I'm good, man. We moved up.
Now, one thing people that I've noticed in other videos before, the comment section,
I think I'm good.
people always question or have some kind of comment about why someone who's been shot gets handcuffed. And I've talked about it before in other videos, but the reason why people are cuffed after they've been shot is because there's been times in the past, multiple times, where someone was shot and then they got back up. No, I'm not talking about zombies, but like regular, people. They were shot and they were not fully incapacitated. Some were dazed and they were able to get back up and get back in the fight. Some were just completely, unaffected by it in the beginning. One of the cases that's referenced a lot and is kind of the backdrop to some of this training and methodology and mindset is the FBI shootout in Miami back in the 80s. The FBI were hunting down a couple of bank robbers and armored car robbers, and they went to make a stop and they get into a gunfight. And these two bank robbers were able to kill some FBI agents and wound others in the initial gunfight. Basically, these two bank robbers really jacked up these FBI guys. And the two bank robbers, they were shot multiple times during the beginning of the gunfight. One of them was shot in the head at the very beginning of the gunfight, momentarily knocked him out, and he was able to wake back up and get out of the car and get back in the fight. The other guy, right at the very beginning of the gunfight, got shot through the side of his chest, and the bullet landed in his heart. And although that he would have for sure eventually die from that wound, it did not immediately incapacitate him, and he went on to be shot multiple more times, and was able to crawl out of his vehicle, come around with the rifle, and kill two agents, severely wounding others. He took a buckshot from another agent, took a couple more rounds, and just, kept going. And he went down, and then even after being shot, in the head and chest area again, I think he was still alive for some time after that. So that, plus other incidents where people have been shot and they were able to get back up or somehow continue fighting, this is the reason, or those are the reasons why people are handcuffed after they've been shot. Pistol ammunition it's not very great. Pistol ammunition is pretty weak. So contrary to what, Hollywood shows, a person being blasted back 20 feet with a 9mm, that shit doesn't happen. And going back to that FBI shootout incident, the FBI, instead of admitting, hey, our training sucked and we didn't train our people very well, they try to blame the ammunition. And although, like I just said, pistol ammunition does kind of suck, They were saying that, well, they had 38s and 9mm. That's why these guys didn't go down. We need bigger bullets, and that's where the FBI went to 10mm, and then eventually it got bottled down to the 40 Smith & Wesson, and of course we've gone full circle and gone back to 9mm, but that was their reasoning for larger pistol calibers. But pistol calibers, doesn't matter if it's a 9, 40, 45, they all suck in comparison to a rifle cartridge. And there's lots of people who survive handgun rounds, even to their center mass area. People have been shot in the head with pistols and they still survive. People shot with rifles tend to not survive as much as the ones shot with pistols. So obviously the only reason why we carry pistols around is because they're a whole lot more comfortable and convenient to carry on a daily basis. Rifles are not. If rifles were a lot more comfortable and convenient than what they were, then we would be using rifles every single day for carry. But that's just not going to happen. So that's where we're at with pistols. And it just so happens that pistol ammunition, although it does suck in comparison to rifle ammunition, pistol ammunition can still get the job done. Can still be very lethal. Can still obviously incapacitate targets. It's just that when you compare pistol ammunition to rifle ammunition always wins. And but there's been multiple incidents where people get back up after being shot with pistol. So that's why we see the handcuffing of people after they've been shot.
Yeah, I think I'm good, man. We moved up.
So another thing I didn't mention, I should have, gloves. So I liked how he took his time to put his gloves on. He didn't rush and then say screw gloves or screw one glove and then try to go hands on. He took his time and he put on his gloves. Bad guys make bad decisions in life. Duh, henceforth why they're bad guys. So if these people are making these bad decisions to do things in life, like doing some serious drugs, robbing people, stealing things from stores, etc., then you must assume that they've made some other bad decisions in life that would have resulted in them acquiring some type of bloodborne pathogen. AIDS, hepatitis, whatever. So anytime you see blood or any bodily fluids, you need to wear protective equipment. BSI, body substance isolation. You see blood, you need to put gloves on. Protect yourself and protect your family by gloving up before you touch people. You always assume that they have something.
We moved up.
Everyone's good. Is everybody okay? Yeah.
Yeah, look at that big old nasty gaping wound right there. That's a pretty intense looking wound right there. You even see the steam coming out of it. Back that up. Also, right around the wrist area where he was holding the gun. Let me back this up. Watch around his wrist area and the officer's thumb. You'll see a bullet hole there.
No. Did you shoot, Tommy?
I did not shoot.
All right, we got 2 shooters from Denver. Yeah. All right, come with me. You okay?
Are you good, Tommy? Yeah, bro, that was wild, dude.
Did you get hit?
No.
I saw you fall back, bro.
I did, yeah, because
I don't know where that shot went.
that was crazy.
I don't know where that went either. Honestly.
Hey, bro. Hey, back over there in that field, my fucking radio came out.
Okay.
Will you go look for it?
Yeah, we'll get it.
Fuck. Hey, he's still breathing.
All right.
He's still breathing.
So, a little bit before he says he's still breathing, pretty much right after he rolled him over, you can see his diaphragm working a little bit.
Hey, bro.
Where that went. I saw you fall back.
All right, so watch right down in here in the diaphragm area. You'll see some
bro,
rising.
that was wild, dude.
Did you get hit?
No.
I saw you fall back, bro.
I did,
See
yeah,
that?
'cause
Goes up, and then goes back down.
That was
I
crazy.
don't know where that went either.
So,
Hey, he's still breathing.
All right.
He's still breathing.
the human body will still, right after these traumatic injuries, you can get what can sound like breathing. Like if you move a person the right way, like that air can escape out of the lungs. And then immediately after, the body, if the brain hasn't been destroyed, the body will still try to have the diaphragm will still try to get air into the body. I don't think that this guy was anywhere near surviving all of those rounds. This is just the final death breath, I guess you could call it, that this guy was doing. If this were to happen, dab smack in the middle of the best trauma center in the world, this guy was still going to die.
Let's just give him CPR. Yeah. Start CPR.
So trying to do anything for him medically,
Take the chains off.
it's
The gun's right here.
it's futile.
Just help me out. If you take the chains off, I'll do CPR.
Give me some light.
All right, buddy.
Yeah, I got you.
You're going to be all right. Let's go.
Give me some light, bro.
Now I've noticed this in some other videos. They'll say, "All right, we'll start CPR. Let's take the handcuffs off." I don't understand fully why they're taking the handcuffs off. You can still get good chest compressions with the person's having their hands behind their lower back. So, you're not doing chest compressions around their pelvic area. The chest compressions are up on the chest where the heart's at, and the hands are just not going in behind that area. Now you may have the elbows that are obviously a little bit higher than where the hands will be, but still, even then, those are not interfering with the ability to get good chest compression. So I don't see the point in taking the cuffs off. I think that they can deliver adequate chest compressions with the cuffs still on. Now, if they were so inclined to have to actually remove the cuffs and get them out of the back, maybe do the person's body shape and everything, then if they're going to take them off, they can certainly just remove one, move the arms to the front, and just cuff the hands to the front, and still maintain the securedness over that person. But even then, the hands being cuffed to the front of them, that's still going to be beneficial to them when they're unconscious, because then you won't have the arms flailing around when you lift them up and try to put them on the stretcher and then have them on the stretcher. A lot of times when they get in the bus, the paramedics will secure their arms anyway to keep them from flailing around. So even if you don't want to cuff them to the back after this, or if you think you need to uncuff them after this, just go ahead and keep their hands cuffed to the front because, even if they don't wake back up and start fighting again, it's still going to be beneficial to the people providing medical care because they're going to want the arms secured anyway and keep them from flailing around in the back of the ambulance and just moving around everywhere. So there's that.
Nothing else on him, right? No. Give me some light real quick. Give me some light. Yeah, that's good. Pull his arm out. Pull his arm out. No, I don't think it's good. Keep going, keep going, keep going. Don't stop. Just keep going.
Now, this amount of blood and everything on him, obviously he is not going to go mouth to mouth and provide those assisted ventilations. Compressions at this point is the only thing that he should be doing until they get some other medical equipment up there, like a face shield to put over him to create that barrier so they could then start providing start providing assisted ventilations, and even a bag valve mask to do that. Because still, even though you put a face shield on this guy, there's still a lot of blood outside the area where the face mask would cover on him. And, the gloves that they're wearing, they don't go very high. They don't go all the way up here. So you're still at risk of getting blood on you, even with a face shield and trying to, bend down over the person and get the head tilt, chin lift, or even doing your modified jaw thrust or whatever. So chest compressions alone, that's fine. That's sufficient. I would never advocate putting your mouth on someone who has blood all over them and give them assisted ventilations unless it's direct family, right? It's direct family. Their blood is your blood. That's the only acceptable time I think that's to happen. Complete strangers, no, never, ever, ever put yourself at risk like that. Just do chest compressions only until you can get a face shield and a bag mask up there to start giving ventilations.
Seat secure.
So the paramedic's right there. She's checking them out.
Scene secure.
All right, so the second view.
He's got a hostage.
So here's a kind of a better, well, I say better view, and I'll pause it and it's dark. So here's that alley that I was talking about earlier where a couple of officers went down to and then fired through the gap in the fence. Now, of course, a lot of them go a little too far, start trying to get into an area that's not where they need to be. Eventually go back to where they need to be, and either a couple people stay behind in the alley, or during this time frame, some people go back into the alley to get a better vantage point. Whichever is the case, you did really good in going in that alley and in the visual through the cracks in the fence. I mean, that was a surprise moment for this guy. That was surprises. If you can use surprise in your tactics, then great. Because if you can surprise the person, all the better.
Who's got the rifle?
Now he brings up a good point. Who's got the rifle? So at this point, they've all got pistols out. Now,
The rifle.
it's hard for me to say, which of these were closest to the procession as they're chasing or whatever. But, all these people know that the call they are going to involves a gun. And it has involved a person that not only has a gun, but has shot at some of the police, and someone needs a rifle out. Not just someone, but multiple people need a rifle out. Now, the first 2 or 3 people in line, as far as the pursuit goes, yeah, them quickly bailing out of the vehicle, not having that extra time to grab a rifle, I get that, totally understand it. But everyone else, who was further back in line, they could have very easily have gotten the rifle out and then brought that rifle into play. But this is something that you see so often is in the law enforcement community, that everyone just automatically goes the pistol. They have the rifles, but a lot of people they don't think about it until way later. So this guy is a little late. I'd say he's a little late to the game, but he still gets involved.
Somebody get gloves on. We got him.
Secure the gun.
Everybody okay? You got an ambulance?
So this is the guy who fell down, and this officer is patting him down, checking for injuries.
I think I'm good.
They're on their way, close up.
Cuff him.
In the backyard of 1540 B.
Yeah, I think I'm good, man. We moved up.
Everyone's good.
Is everybody okay?
And then checking on everyone else. So this is a real thing where
He's done.
in a gunfight,
We'll wait for the
someone can be shot, and then because of all the adrenaline pumping and the endorphins pumping, they never register the fact that they've been shot. They don't know they've been shot until a little bit after the end of that fight, and things start wearing off, and they can feel the pain, or they notice the blood, or they just fall down unconscious. So immediately, following the fight, you fight, assess, scan, top off, take cover, and treat injuries. And even though you don't know in your head consciously at that moment that you have an injury, you think you don't have an injury, you need to check yourself for injuries. You can do this by yourself as long as it's safe to do so. Everything's good, it's secure. But you can either check yourself or have someone else check you. And if you're going to check yourself or you're going to check someone else, you basically kind of do it the same. You start in quadrants, so to speak. Cut the body into 4 sections, and so you start with one leg, just like you're patting a person down. Take both hands, start from the foot area, go up into the groin area, pull your hands back, look, check for blood. You don't see any, go to the next leg, run your hands up along it from the foot to the groin, pull your hands back, check, look, do the arms the same way, and then do their back and then their chest, and then run your hands through their hair, and then look, check for blood. If a person's got an outer vest on, go ahead and pull that outer vest loose and check up under the panels, because something could have actually made it through a panel. Check under those. If they've got a concealed vest on under their uniform, just go ahead, untuck that shirt, loosen up the vest, and check up under the panels and see if there's any blood there. And go from there. But we always want to check for injuries immediately after a fight, so long as it's safe to do so.
Back a little bit. Denver shooters. Right here. All right.
Did you shoot?
No. Did you shoot, Tommy? Forward Denver shooters.
You guys have a clear come on the west side?
All right.
Back a little bit.
Denver shooters.
Who's our Denver shooters? It's almost like the shooting club. So what he's doing here is he's taking the officers who've been involved in the shooting, and he's taking them away from the scene and is going to put them by themselves, because this is now a homicide investigation. They were justified in using their deadly physical force, but it still has to be investigated, and so they got to separate them and then eventually get statements from them and do scene walkthroughs and stuff like that. And aside from that, they also need to check in with them and make sure that they're doing okay. They may have done well during the physical fight and they won the physical fight, but now once that physical fight's over with, now they're going into the legal fight, and then, well, not A, because A is the physical fight. Now they're going into B, the legal fight. So they're going to have to answer for what they've done. They're going to have to answer to someone. Even though this is 100% justified, someone's still going to look at it and they still got to answer for it. So they got to do that legal fight. And that's part of that process, is getting them separated and getting their body cameras turned off. That way the body cameras aren't capturing excited comments while they're under the influence of a drug called adrenaline. And then C, they're having the mental fight now. They just had to take someone's life, and some people can have different reactions to that. So part of this process of getting them away from the scene and getting them back a little bit is checking up on them and making sure that they're mentally doing okay. And if they're not, getting them some resources in place to deal with that.
All right, come with me.
What's the end?
Talk right.
The back.
Back one. Come on, back up.
Hey, keep going.
Move back, move back.
Be right now. Hands. Watch. Right here. Right here.
Hey, drop your gun right now. This is the best thing for you, dude. I'm telling you. I'm telling you right now, bro. You need to, hey, listen to me, bro.
I'll fucking blast myself too, bro.
Listen to me. Denver 416.
All right, let's step up, secure that gun.
On me.
Go.
Yep, let's go.
Get it. All right, hey,
He's down.
somebody get gloves on. We got him.
Secure the gun. We got the gun secured.
Right here.
I got gloves.
Move.
Move.
Everybody okay?
Everyone's set.
Officer, okay.
Suspect down.
All right, buddy.
You got an ambulance code 10?
Yeah.
Someone
Gunshot wounds.
I think I got shot.
Got a mag in the back there.
In the backyard.
What got that gun
All right,
right
watch
here?
out for the gun behind you guys here. Somebody stand by.
Hey,
with
John,
us.
watch this gun. Don't step on this.
Someone from the west side.
All right.
Hey, want to step on back a
4
little bit?
Denver shooters.
Right here.
All right.
Did you shoot?
No.
Did you shoot Tommy?
A little bit.
Denver shooters.
John, watch this gun. Hey, what got that gun
All right,
right
watch
here?
out for the gun behind you guys here. Somebody.
All right, so that gun, where it's at, they could either leave it where it's at for, crime scene preservation purposes, for evidence, or they could just take it and move it. All right, they should all have some, this size of an agency, someone should probably have a work issued phone, and they could take pictures of this thing where it's at right then and there and then move it. But if they're going to leave this gun in place for evidence purposes, and they're telling people to watch out for it, the easiest thing that they could have done is, whoever's in charge of this scene at the moment, they could have taken someone's flashlight and tell them to, hey, turn your flashlight on, lay it on the ground, point at the gun. That way this thing stays completely illuminated by everyone. Everyone knows where it's at. They know not to step on it. Of course, that person would then be without a flashlight to walk around on the scene. But if they're not having some type of critical task to do, then they don't need their flashlight anymore. That flashlight could just be turned on and laid on the ground like a little beacon to illuminate that gun if they're going to have to want to keep that thing sitting where it's at. Or conversely, same thing. Someone go back to one of the cars, grab a traffic control wand or something like that, or even grab some chem sticks or something like that, and put the traffic wand with the light turned on next to the gun to kind of mark the spot, or drop chem lights on that same spot where it's at. That way people know not to step on it or whatever. I think that's probably a more viable option than trying to get someone to stand there on top of it the whole time. Now they could stand there near it, maintain that security over it or whatever, but that's an option in my opinion. Or the other option is to take photographs of it and then pick it up, secure it, and go about that way.
Hey, John,
But
watch
it's
this.
different from place to place.
All right.
Hey, want to step on back a little bit?
Denver shooters.
Right here?
Denver.
Yeah.
Or if they had any of those little crime scene marker tags, little cones in the car, they could have put a cone on it too.
51 Charlie.
Alright, skip through the boring part.
Get on the ground right now! Get on the ground right now! You see him? Where's he at?
I'm with you. I'm
All
with
right, we're here.
Where?
He's
right behind the bush.
We're at 16th and Lowell Mead. He has a long gun.
I got a big ass shield in the back of my canine car if you want to grab it.
All right, we're good. Hold up.
Keep going! What's the address here?
Hey,
Denver police, drop the weapon!
talking.
See if you can push through the back. Hey, this is the Denver police! Come out right now, sir!
Right now.
Back up.
Yeah, guys, push right, push right.
Hey, stop
right.
moving!
I'll
Stop
push
moving
back
right now!
back.
Keep talking.
All right, this house locked down too.
Everybody back up.
Yeah, I'm with you, Knight.
Hey, I'm gonna go get a long gun.
All right, so he decides to go get a long gun. Now, he never gets it into play, but I want you to take note of how long it takes to actually get this rifle into play. So it looked like to me he had to come up, open the door, hit a trunk release. Not hit a trunk release, I mean, that was pretty quick. So it might have been like he just realized, oh, it's not up front, it's in the back. Gets it out. There's no magazine in it. I can't get the right freeze frame on it, but he has to go up front, get a magazine for the rifle.
This is the Denver police.
They're talking to him.
Insert that magazine. And then charge the rifle. And then he shows up late to the party. So I don't know why that rifle was stored in the back without a magazine in it, or even in the case while there was no magazine with it. But that was a horrible way to stow a rifle, in my opinion. Each place is different on how rifles are kept. Sometimes, places will have a gun rack in the front cab of the vehicle that's more vertical. It's in between the seats. And it will have the magazine in the well, but the rifle won't be charged. Or there's a ceiling mounted gun rack that goes above the person's head, and it's stored the same condition. The magazine's in the magazine well, but there's no live ammunition in the chamber. And then some places they have to keep the rifle in the trunk because they don't have a mount up front. Either way you store it, you should have a magazine in the gun. You don't have to have it charged and have one in the chamber, but you should definitely have a magazine locked into the gun. No matter how you store it. It's either in the cab or it's in the trunk. Or even if it's just up in the cab area, wedged in between the seats or something like that. There's actually some people who have to do that. They'll keep their rifle up in the passenger seat area, wedged in between the seat cushions, or they'll have it wedged in between the seat and the passenger door. Whatever storage method that you use or choose to use, you need to have a magazine locked into that damn rifle. That took way too much time trying to get that rifle into play. This also kind of will delve into the topic of rifle plates or plate carriers and setups. So, with a rifle, there should be some related stuff that can go with it, like reloads, to fix most malfunctions for a gun. A reload, an extra magazine, is going to be normally that simple fix. It's very rare that in these gunfights for domestic purposes that you actually go to slide lock or bolt open. Very rare. But you still at least want a reload for that gun to fix a problem in case that first magazine's junk or something like that, or whatever. With rifles, that's normally, those reloads are in the form of being on a plate carrier or a outer vest or something like that. That's usually stored in the trunk area, or maybe up in the front seat area. So then, not only are you having to take the time to grab that carrier and put it on, and then get the rifle. The other possibility that exists is you grab the rifle, but you don't grab your support gear because you realize it's going to take too long to grab that thing and put it on. And I've seen that in videos before where you see someone opening the trunk or whatever, and they go grab that rifle, but they don't bring the plate carrier with them. I'm a big fan of the mag clamps for rifles that holds 2 magazines together. That way you've got a rifle that has a reload on it, and it's all one self-contained unit. So you don't have to grab a plate carrier. You're not dependent on a plate carrier for any kind of reloads. You got one reload on that gun. Another alternative that I like are the buttstock magazine pouches. I think that's even a viable option too. That way you keep one reload on the rifle itself. And then I'm also a fan of rubber banding tourniquets to the buttstock as well. I've got a buttstock. Obviously I got a buttstock. I've got a tourniquet that I've Ranger banded onto the buttstock. That way all I've got to do, if I need it, is I've got that tourniquet on the rifle, plus I've got the mag clamp on there, so I've got that extra magazine on the rifle. So if I have to grab the rifle in an extreme hurry and I don't have that time to grab the plate carrier, lift it up, put it on, fasten the snaps, get it, positioned properly. If I don't have that time to do it, I can at least grab that rifle and get to work. And I've got a reload on there, and I've got a tourniquet on there if need be. The sight, I have to go back. It looked like he was adjusting the sights. Or not adjusting them, but getting it turned on. Yeah, so you hear him clicking it on, trying to turn the sight on. So these electronic sights, they have long battery lives on them. So you can leave your red dot turned on and just leave it sit. And if you do that, you will need to come up with a rotation cycle for cycling out those batteries. But you can be perfectly safe in leaving that red dot on. I mean, think about red dots on pistols. Those things stay on all the time. It's not like someone's going to pull their pistol out and then take the time to turn the damn red dot on and then use it, right? That will defeat the purpose of having that sight on there. So you can do the same thing with the rifle sights. You know, you leave them turned on, but you just come up with a maintenance cycle on replacing those batteries on different intervals. And that way, when you grab that rifle, it's all you got to do is pull that charging handle back and charge the rifle. You already got the magazine locked in, the sight's already turned on. You ain't got to dick with it. All you got to do is not rack the slide, but charge the handle, and boom, you're ready to get to work.
Officers are okay, officers.
They've got one. They've got one.
Attorney's office will review the details of this incident.
There's not much else to really talk about. I think I've covered everything that I was wanting to cover. Slide back through here real quick, see if I'd missed anything of importance. No, I think I covered it all. So, yeah, pretty long video, but really good video. And there's quite a few more videos from Denver police that I will be releasing. So if you like what you hear and see, go ahead and give me a like and a share. If you have not already, go ahead and hit that subscribe button and stay tuned for more Monday quarterback videos. Earl Henderson, Primordial Defense, thank you for watching.